Hi,
No.
everybody. My name is Jodi Gershon, and I welcome you all to MIMC's Community Chats. MIMC's Community Chats is a new program by MIMC where we want to showcase our wonderful communities by interviewing different nonprofits and small business leaders. Today, I'm so happy to be joined by Jodi O'Donnell Ames, who is the founder and of the nonprofit Hope Loves Company, located here in Pennington, New Jersey. Thank you, Jodi, for being our first speaker and part of our MIMC's community chats.
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be your first guest.
It really is a wonderful program that you have. I've taken the opportunity and watched and learned a lot about ALS and about your program, things that I just never even knew about. And I have to tell you, I think it is a wonderful thing that you're doing in the memory of your husband or something you've learned as a result of your husband passing away. I think it's tremendous.
Well, I appreciate that, and happy holidays to you, first of all. Um, yeah, my husband Kevin lived with ALS for nearly 6 years, and prior to that, we didn't know anything about the disease. So uh, it's very common in the ALS community that once ALS has entered your life, because it's a rare disease and because it makes such an impact and it's such an enormous loss, that you're going to be committed for a lifetime to improving lives who are affected, and that's what we do at Hope Loves Company.
It's terrific. I have to tell you, I was very surprised by the reactions of some of the kids who get to go away to camp for the weekend and how real their feelings are and how necessary it is to be able to remember that they are kids, that first they're kids. Yes, they're caregivers, but first they have to be kids. And to that, I give you guys so many kudos for doing that kind of a program. Have you reached out to do different kinds of programs now aside from summer camp?
We have, thanks to our executive director, Kara Haggerty, and our program director, Nicole Rosano. They quickly pivoted from COVID affected everyone, obviously. And when you have 6 camps and you're talking about 300 children who get to enjoy these camps and you're told you can't do this, you have to think quickly on your feet and be creative. And COVID gave us the opportunity to run 6 virtual camps to reach 300 children. And I think we had 25 states represented.
Wow.
So children from all over, even Ontario. So it also gave us the incentive to possibly do this in another country, to bring these programs, because prior to Hope Loves Company, no one was talking about supporting children. And, after raising 3 children myself, who all lost a parent to ALS before the age of 11, I knew it, and a former teacher myself, I knew that something had to be done. And I'm just so glad that we were able to be so successful.
I have to believe that aside from Iceland, there's got to be a ton of countries that have children who are acting as the parental roles. One of the kids said they switched roles very
Yes.
quickly in her life. And there's got to be, do you reach out to other countries? I know the gentleman came to you from Iceland from an
Yeah.
organization you went to, a conference you went to.
So Kara and I just spoke at the International Alliance ALS MND conference, which had people from all over the world, and I was also a guest panelist. So we are reaching other countries as well and continuing these conversations. And through something like Zoom, we could possibly partner with another ALS organization in another country and bring a different version of Camp HLC to. We've had interest in Japan, Germany, Italy. Yeah, so it's very possible.
So do these kids get to, and I know that one of the things when you're talking about doing it internationally, would they be able to be PayPals or Zoom pals or whatever they would be called these days?
So we really encourage our children to connect through Hope Loves Company and Camp HLC, and then to continue those connections, because ALS is a very isolating disease. So we do have an EPAL program, and we at every time we're getting our children together, whether it's through camp or group shares, we are encouraging them to stay connected, and they do. You know, they play video games online together, they text each other, and they have new buddies to support them in this journey.
So one of the things that MIMC does is we do affordable housing all around the state of New Jersey and Delaware. And we have a whole bunch of kids that work in our communities. How would we be able to bridge some of our kids with some of your kids to either be a Zoom partner or to learn more about ALS, to maybe even find out if there was something we don't know that's going on in a community, in our own communities?
That's a great question. And one of the things I like to do, as I said, I'm a teacher, I'm a writer, a speaker, a founder, and I love connecting young adults and supporting their efforts. So I think the first way to do this would just to start with a conversation, to have a meeting. I was trying to say two things at once, but to have a meeting with Kara and Nicole and just talk about it, and maybe we have young ambassadors. We also have group shares with our guides. So possibly have some of those young adults join one of our sessions and get to know and learn more.
So hopefully after COVID goes away, camps will be able to begin again. Do you
That
look
is our
for-
plan.
Yeah, right? Everybody's plan. Do
Yeah.
you think that, do you take people who are non-ALS people that would come and be able to support the organization, come out and be camp counselors, teach
Absolutely.
archery, do something?
Absolutely. We do take volunteers, of course. And we welcome, I'm wondering, I think it's 18 and above, but we also have and encourage young adults to just learn more and maybe speak at one of our events. And and also to come into schools. That's another way that we share our mission and help educate others. Like it's so typical that no one even knows what ALS is, let alone how many people within this. My neighbor, Sarah, lives with ALS, and within this community, I know 10 people right now who have, yes, who either are living with ALS or who have recently lost someone. So it's
I would wager
more
people don't
prevalent,
discuss it.
more prevalent than we know.
Yeah, I would wager people don't discuss it. It's, you go home, you have to take care of your parent or whatever. You have to relieve a parent from taking care of a parent. And it may not be something you want to discuss with other people. I can see how that could be very isolating if we're not very careful.
It depends on the individual, and their comfort level.
Okay. What can we do to help get people to know more about your organization, know more about ALS, and bring light into the program and the community so that we can help kids be able to do have a better, what we would interpret a better normal life?
Well, this is a great place to begin. So thank you so much for inviting me, talking about ALS, going to hopelovescompany.com, checking out our website, watching our documentary, which can be found on YouTube. It's called Hope Loves Company. And just checking out the things that we do. And if something resonates with you and you want to either give or support us in some way, then just give us a call. We can be reached at 609-730-1144, and one of us will answer, and we can chat about how you can get involved. But really and truly, just spreading the word and bringing awareness to not only ALS, but to Hope Loves Company and the many caregiving children there is a great first start. So thank you.
It is amazing how when we learn in our religion that children are the future, you really have taken that to the next level and understand that currently they may be working in a situation that's very, very difficult, but their future is very important. And to that, I applaud you. I want to thank you again, Jodi, for joining me today. It was a pleasure getting to meet you and getting to learn about your organization. Hope Loves Community is outstanding. I must tell you, there are many people that come to me and would like my time, but I tell you, this has been a wonderful organization that I would love to be more involved with. And I welcome anybody that's watching this video that they come and join us and see if maybe you might be a good volunteer for Hope Loves community, or you may have some spare money that you want to send your way. I think any of those things will be acceptable. And I also want to share with everybody who's watching this that our next episode will be in February. And we look forward to having everybody come back then. So thank you very much, Jodi.
Thank you, Jodi.